With a rising interest rate environment and inflation being at all-time highs, it's really never been a better time to own hard assets. But the question is, with so many assets in real estate to choose from, how do you know where to invest? I'm personally invested in a lot of different areas in real estate, but, in the spirit of skating where the puck's going to be, I'm diversified into mobile home parks several years ago and more recently into RV parks. RV parks are an excellent asset class to invest in. And we don't have time to cover all of the benefits of RV park investing in this video, but I'll hit some highlights. First, demand really outpaces supply right now. There has been over a 60% increase in RV ownership since 2001 alone. And 2022 is actually expected to be the highest number of new RVs sold in a year since they've basically been recording this data. There's more than 90 million camper households in North America alone, and another 10 million households are expected to buy an RV within the next 5 years. With only about 8,700 RV parks in the U.S., the demand way outpaces the supply of available sites for all these RVs right now. Another really good benefit is this subclass is one of the least consolidated out there. As of earlier this year in 2022, the data showed that of the 8,700 parks owned in the U.S. alone, over 95% of them were owned by what we'd call mom and pop owners. That means they own 5 parks or less. And, this type of fragmentation in the industry is really an opportunity for smaller buyers to be active in purchasing these parks while the cap rates are still reasonable. And they haven't been, super compressed by institutional investors jumping into this space. Now, this is changing very fast because the benefits of RV parks are becoming more and more apparent to more investors. The other thing I would say is RV parks have great cash flow. And there are many opportunities to drive appreciation. Things like just optimizing merchandise sales in your camp store, implementing rentals like golf carts, using dynamic pricing, which adjusts the price based on the occupancy of the park, using site lock fees. Some parks have more desirable places like next to a lake. And in order to get these spaces, then you pay a little more for them. And then just good old-fashioned marketing to increase the occupancy, and last, expanding the park, right? The more spaces you have, the more revenue you can drive. And these are just some of the ways that you can drive greater revenues and ultimately more cash into your pocket. And whether you're new to real estate or a seasoned investor, I would highly recommend trying to add RV parks to your portfolio.